Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. And today's question is, should an average person, average being lower middle class, working class, middle class, have some Haute Horology type pieces? And I think the answer to that is, look, for the most part, Archie has psychological problems. He's been sectioned under the Mental Health Act, and he's an imbalanced person. He's not a fucking 100% there. But to the average Joe, is it worth having hundreds of thousands of dollars tied up in luxury goods? And I think the honest answer is not really. I think the honest answer is the average lower middle class, and working class guy should look at paying off their home and having a bit of a nest egg. And I think the average person himself could maybe have 2-3 luxury watches. And what I mean by that is, you look at my pieces there, all high horology type pieces, and these fuckers cost an absolute fortune to service. If anything goes wrong with them, I can't just take it to my general watchmaker. He can't get fucking parts because the brand is so special, quantities are so limited, and parts are so regulated. If I've got a problem with my Audemars Piguet, I can only take it to Audemars Piguet. And this is the thing, if you own very expensive watches, if you've bought them new or second-hand, it's irrelevant. If they need attention, the maintenance and upkeep can be fucking horrendous. It's just like if an average person had a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, and an Aston Martin. The upkeep on these cars, even if he owned them outright, say somebody gave somebody 5 super luxury cars, he would be fucking bankrupted running and maintaining these pieces. And with high-end horological pieces, it's also not much different, but maybe on a lesser scale because he's got less money invested in it. And this is the thing. These pieces cost a lot of money to maintain, and parts are very expensive. For example, if you want an original Patek Philippe leather strap for your annual calendar or Calatrava, they are $500 from Patek. $500 for a leather strap. Now sure, you can get a generic leather strap. It doesn't need to be a Patek strap. But if you get a generic strap, the Patek buckle's not going to fit, and it's also not going to feel like a true Patek. It's going to be a Patek, sure, but the strap is going to be, it's not going to give you that full luxury experience. And this is the thing. With high horology, the costs are horrendous. And I think for the average person, ideally, they should have a trio of watches. They should have one beautiful high horology piece, preferably a simple Calatrava, and that way there it's not going to cost a mozza to service. They maybe would also have a everyday work sort of watch, like a Rolex Datejust, say a 16234, that's the steel model with the white gold bezel. Wonderful piece, you can wear that for your working life. And perhaps maybe one mid-tier luxury sports watch for the weekend. Say an Omega Speedmaster, or say an Omega Seamaster, or a Rolex GMT, something like that. And I think those 3 pieces would be perfect for an average person, average lower middle class person to have and have forever. However, myself, Archie Luxury, I've got psychological problems, and I don't even take my own advice. And I think seriously, 3 pieces is enough. And the cost of repairs can be horrendous. For example, I got a friend of mine who was looking at buying a Jaeger-LeCoultre minute repeater, and this was a minute repeater reverso, lovely piece. And it was second hand. It was from the late 90s, early 2000s, and it was about $27,000. It's a beautiful rose gold little Jaeger-LeCoultre reverso minute repeater. It's in working order, running beautifully, nice piece. If you want to service that piece, because it probably has not been serviced, you would be very foolish to send it to any watchmaker, because not only do they need to be a watchmaker, they need to be a musician to make sure the fucker's in tune. Jaeger-LeCoultre quoted him about $4,000 for the service. $4,000. Now, this Jaeger-LeCoultre minute repeater, the recommended retail price, they were just under $100,000. And this is the thing. You may be able to struggle and afford the $27,000 watch, but what's the fucking service like? In my own case, I've got an annual calendar, not quite as high tier as a minute repeater, but an annual calendar. Retail price, replacement for a new Patek annual calendar is about $45,000 to $50,000. What does a service on an annual calendar cost? Well, I think you'd be looking about $2,000 to $2,500. And that's a lot of money for a lower middle class person. That could get you a really nice second-hand Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon watch. It could get you a lot of beautiful things. And this is the thing. If you're lower middle class, you've got to live within your means. And in my case, psychological problems and, feelings of, many Freudian people would say it's all sorts of causes. But, I really am punching above my income. And this is the thing. You've got to be wise in this world here. And I think for the average Joe, if you really love watches, 3 would be enough. I'm Archie Luxury. Please tell me what you think.